Welcome, race fans, here to the Atlanta Motor Speedway. We are getting ready for more NASCAR racing right here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. The Hisense 200, race number 2, the 2016 NASCAR Xfinity Series season here at Atlanta. We have 40 drivers on pit road getting ready to go green for 24 laps of racing here under the lights. Earlier today, you saw the number 33 of Johnny Sauter pick up his second consecutive win in 2016 and a photo finish with Cameron Haley. What will we see today? Will it be a Cup drivers winning, or will a Xfinity regular outshine the Cup drivers and pick up a win? On the front row is one of your Xfinity regulars, defending champion Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher out-qualified outside pole center Kyle Larson at the final second in the final round of qualifying. On row number 2 is Chris Buescher's teammate, the number 1, James Buescher. On the outside of row number 2, we have the number 11 of Eric Jones. The number 33 of Austin Dillon. And then in row number 3, you have the 11 of Eric Jones. That is your top 5. Your defending winner in the NASCAR Xfinity Series is the number 22, Brad Keselowski. Brad will start seventh today in that number 22 discount tire Ford. That is all for the pre-race news. Now let's sit down trackside so we can get the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
As the pace car will now lead the field onto the track so they can begin their one and only pace lap down below your starting grid. Rolling across the screen, Chris Buescher on the pole for Roush Fenway Racing in the number 60. Tomorrow we'll be racing to the NASCAR Spring Up Series. Ryan Newman, already in the who won the Daytona 500 last weekend, is pretty much set to make the chase in 2016. Will we see another driver join him? On the pole tomorrow will be Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88, and starting alongside him will be that number 22, Joey Logano. But today Logano is in the field. He's going to be starting in 6th place. Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch is in it, driving the 20. Daniel Suarez and rookie Brandon Jones make up your top 10. Then Cole Custer and Josh Berry. Berry finished last at Daytona. Look through the field, Kevin Harvick all the way down in row number 9. Elliott Sadler inside the top 20. And the rest of your field. Mike Harmon and Timmy Hill completes the 40-car field as we come off turn number 4. Race number 2 in the 2016 NASCAR Xfinity Series here at Atlanta. We're underway here. Buescher leads us down to the green flag. And a pretty good jump by the number 60 of Chris Buescher out in front of the field. They come down to turn number 1 for the first time tonight. Kyle Larson on the outside. Here comes the number 1 and James Buescher on the inside. Larson trying to get the momentum off turn number 2. And it appears that 42 may be able to clear that number 1, but not so fast. Here comes James Buescher back on the inside. Trying to get second spot away. At a turn number 4, the number 60 of Chris Buescher will lead lap number 1 at Atlanta as they're 3 wide behind them for second place. On the inside now comes out number 11 of Eric Jones, one of our rookie of the contenders. Already has 2 career wins. And old Custer and Suarez made contact. Suarez is in the inside wall. Custer's around as well. And up the track they go. Heavy impact by John West Townley and Mason Mingus. Huge crash. Landing Castle upside down. Ross Chastain involved. Brandon Godovic. Jeb Burton. Blake Cook. Look at all the cars back here. Mingus. Conley. John West Townley. Castle. Cole Custer. Heavy wreck down here on the back straightaway after Daniel Suarez and Cole Custer made contact. And leading at the line, Chris Buescher, Eric Jones, and Brad Keselowski. And there's Burton in the 26. It started up inside the top 10, but it finished with all the cars in the back. So there's the 18 of Daniel Suarez. He won the pole last week at Daytona. but after a rocky start here in 2016, after he's been involved in a crash here today at Atlanta. Let's get a replay. All right, here we are. We're just now coming off turn number 2, and you're going to see that 00 of Cole Custer. He's going to get a run entering turn number 1, and he makes it 4 wide on Suarez. Suarez has to give Logano in the 12 car some room, and Custer and Suarez make contact and look at the impact with the 18 in the 00. And then Custer comes up the track into Townley, Landon Castle, Cale Conley's up in the air, Blake Cook, Castle's on top of Godovic, Blake Cook in the 8. And there's a 26 of Jeb Burton. Some cars are not even able to drive back to pit road. And I'm going to go on board with one driver, the 97 of Dylan Kwasniewski. I don't believe he made any contact, but that happened right in front of that number 97. And I'd kind of like to get a replay of his onboard camera, because he did a pretty good job in this. Look at that by Dylan Kwasniewski. What a great avoidance. What a lot of luck by the 97 of Dylan Kwasniewski. Did a great job getting through that. I mean, I don't know how he got through it, but I did it. A great job by no means. Chris Buescher, Eric Jones, and Brad Keselowski, your top 3 at the line, and they will be your top 3 when we go back green right after the break. 5 laps are already complete here at Atlanta. We are working on lap number 6, going green this time on lap number 7. Out in front of the field is Chris Buescher, Eric Jones, Brad Keselowski, Darrell Wallace, and Joey Logano. Ty Dillon, James Buescher, Austin Dillon, Kevin Harvick, and Kyle Larson. Kyle Busch, Brendan Gaughan, Brandon Jones, Ryan Reed, and Ryan Truex, your top 15. After that big wreck on lap number 2 of the race, we have a lot of drivers out of the field, including Rookie of the Year contenders Jeb Burton, Mason Mingus, and Cole Custer and Brandon Godovic. Also out are Cale Conley, Landon Castle, John West Townley, and Ross Chastain. So that makes 2 of the Johnny Davis Motorsports Chevrolets out the race, and the rookie driver Michael Self being the last driver standing in that number 0. Chris Buescher finished 39th at Daytona after a wreck took him out of the race. Back underway, and he's out in front of the field at Atlanta. Eric Jones sits 2nd, Keselowski 3rd, Darrell Wallace Jr. now up inside the top 5 and 4th, and Joey Logano in 5th. Here comes Logano on the inside. On the inside comes the 12 of Logano. Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch moving by the 88 of Kevin Harvick. Logano, and here comes the 3 of Ty Dillon to the inside of Darrell Wallace Jr. Wallace drops outside the top 5. James Buescher 6. Here comes Kyle Larson. He's already picked up 3 spots since the restart. Chance now trying to get 7th away from James Buescher. And here comes Eric Jones on the inside. Eric Jones on the inside of Chris Buescher and Keselowski on the back bumper of the number 11, thinking about trying to make it 3 wide. Backs out, but now Ty Dillon on the inside of Joey Logano. Buescher falls back in the clutches now of the 3 of Ty Dillon, 2 drivers who battled for the championship 1 year ago. And now Eric Jones leads, but now the 22 on the inside. Keselowski, look at Darrell Wallace moving back on the inside of the 3 of Ty Dillon. Buescher already outside the top 5 in the 60. You got the 42 of Kyle Larson, the 20 of Kyle Busch. And Keselowski to the lead in the 22. Now, earlier today, we saw Johnny Sauter, last week's winner at Daytona, go 2 in a row right here at Atlanta. Can Keselowski do the same? But one of the fastest guys in practice was that number 42 of Kyle Larson. Now to the inside of Eric Jones to take 2nd spot away. Right now we have 32 cars on track. All of them are on the lead lap, and now Keselowski under attack with the 42 of Kyle Larson. And Chris Buescher back on the inside of the 20 of Kyle Busch. Brendan Gaughan, teammate Austin Dillon, and not far behind them, their other teammates, Ty Dillon and Brandon Jones. And battle for the lead, Kyle Larson on the inside. Kyle Larson on the inside. Keselowski trying to fight back on the outside, but it looks like the 42 will clear the 22 off turn number 2. And now Chris Buescher trying to get 3rd spot back away from that number 11 of Eric Jones And how about the run out of Brendan Gaughan? All 4 RCR cars on the inside, the 62, the 33, the 3, and the 2. And going to make contact down here. Ty Dillon, 4 wide again. Gaughan has to move high for the 33. Gaughan loses 2 spots out of that. So to Kyle Busch in the 20. And now here comes their other teammate, Brandon Jones. All of those RCR cars right together. And the guy who's falling back is that 12 of Joey Logano. Not sure what happened to that 12 Logano, but he has fell like a rock outside the top 5 now, running 15th in that 12. Kyle Larson now leads Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher, Eric Jones, and Ty Dillon. Brandon Jones, Brendan Gaughan, and Kyle Busch, James Buescher, and Darrell Wallace. Ryan Truex, and now moving up into 12th place is Elliott Sadler. Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, and Ryan Reed. Josh Berry, Ryan Sieg, Jeremy Clements, Michael Self, and David Starr, your top 20. Now on the inside, see Keselowski falling back. Chris Buescher got by, Eric Jones got by. Now Ty Dillon and Austin Dillon working on that number 22. Back here, Logano's gotten back around the 43, the 88, and the 6. Darrell Wallace, who got second at Daytona 1 week ago, his best career finish. He's now running outside the top 15 as his teammate Ryan Reed moves on the inside of the 6. And Josh Berry, who scored a DNF at Daytona, finished in last place. Right now running 17th in that 7 car. Right up the first, we have about 10 to go now. And what we saw in the truck race, right at the very end, we saw drivers, our leaders, get in lap traffic. Right now, the slowest guy is the 40 of Timmy Hill. He's right now entering turn number 3. And leader Kyle Larson's right off turn number 2. So not sure if we'll be catching them in time. There's Blake Cook, the 15 of Corbin Forster. Cole Witt, the 28. I see some of these guys got damaged from the earlier wreck. Morgan Shepherd, Mike Harmon, Ryan Ellis, and Suarez. Joey Gase, Tyler Young, David Starr, Michael Self, and Kwasniewski. There's Clements, Ryan Sieg, and Darrell Wallace all the way back now in the 16th, 17th spots. And the guy who's starting to move his way towards the front is at number 3, Ty Dillon. Now working on the back bumper of Chris Buescher in the 60. At a turn number 4. 7 laps remaining at Atlanta, 3 wide behind him. Kyle Busch thought about maybe making 3 wide on his teammate Eric Jones. Thought better of it. Now, Brendan Gaughan on the inside of his teammate Austin Dillon, and 1 car off pace is at Forster. Yeah, the 15 of Corbin Forster stopped on the exit of turn number 2. Forster is on the apron. Will that bring out a yellow flag? I don't believe it will. No, but Forster is on pit road, out of harm's way, and he will go 1 lap down with 5 to go. Or 6 to go, and now Ty Dillon on the inside of Chris Buescher. Dillon clears Buescher. Does he have enough time, and does he have any car to chase down and pass at number 42 of Kyle Larson? Larson did not race at Daytona 1 week ago, as it was Brendan Poole driving the 42 and got a top 10 finish. Larson now leads Dillon, Chris Buescher, Keselowski, and Eric Jones. Kyle Busch, Gaughan, Dillon, Jones, and Logano, your top 10. James Buescher, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Truex, Darrell Wallace, and Ryan Reed. And Berry, Sieg, Clements, and Kwasniewski, your top 20. There's single file now inside the top 10. Forster goes another lap down in the 15. And look at this. Right ahead is Timmy Hill and Blake Cook. Now, off turn number 4 with about 3 to go in the truck race, Johnny Sauter and Cameron Haley were side by side. And when they were catching 2 slower trucks, a wreck occurred. That end of the race under yellow. What will happen here today? Can Kyle Larson hang on? 3 to go in Atlanta, and look at all the speed difference between the 42 and the slower cars. And now they're going to run side by side. When does Larson go into 42? And why did Timmy Hill have to make a move? Here comes Larson on the outside. Look at Chris Buescher on the inside. Where do they go? And this is really disappointing on what Timmy Hill and Blake Cook are doing. Here comes Ty Dillon on the outside. Larson pushing Blake Cook by. The 40 of Timmy Hill. 3 to go at Atlanta. And now Bush is stuck in behind Timmy Hill. Bush makes contact with Timmy Hill. Hill goes out the track into Brendan Gunn, and we have a wreck. And it involves Brendan Gunn and Brad Keselowski. This will end the race right here. Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon had to get out of the gas. And Larson out in front of Chris Buescher. Ty Dillon third. Eric Jones and Joey Logano, your top 5. They come from turn 4, and it appears. And the white flag is out. No caution. Oh, wait, yes it is. Caution is out. The white flag is out too. But the pace car will pick up leader Kyle Larson. There's Morgan Shepherd, Mike Harmon, Cole Witt driving by the pace car. Brendan Gaughan comes across the line 22nd, and Keselowski down in 18th. So, very unfortunate for the 22 and the 62. Not quite sure what NASCAR would do about that, involving the 8 of Blake Cook and the 40 of Timmy Hill. But coming across the line, the race is going to be over right here, and Kyle Larson picks up his 3rd career win in the NASCAR, or 4th career win in the NASCAR Xfinity Series right here at Atlanta for H. Scott Motorsports. Larson, your winner. Chris Buescher from 39th at Daytona to runner-up at Atlanta. Pretty nice job by the number 60 of Chris Buescher. Ty Dillon 3rd. Eric Jones and Joey Logano, your top 5. How about a top 10 by James Buescher, Brandon Jones, Darrell Wallace, Kevin Harvick, and Elliott Sadler getting a top 10 after he barely qualified inside the top 20 on qualifying day. Ryan Truex, Kyle Busch, Ryan Reed, Josh Berry, and Austin Dillon. And with that wreck involving Keselowski and Brendan Gunn, that also hurt Austin Dillon and Kyle Busch in the 20 because they had to get out the gas for some reason. That's why Busch and Dillon fell back. Let's go back and see if we can get a replay real quick. The wreck with the 22, the 62, the 40, and the 8. And it was only the 40 of Timmy Hill who made it all worse. Alright, see, Larson's already on the inside. Here comes Buescher. He makes it to the inside of Timmy Hill. And Hill's going to get pushed up in the middle. There's Brendan Gaughan. It appears that Gaughan will turn Hill up the track into Keselowski and Blake Cook. And that right there, Cook was really an innocent bystander, but he was still in the way. Keselowski, the team that won Daytona 1 week ago, not getting a top 15 here tonight. So that will end the race right here. Let's take a look at your top 10. Kyle Larson, your winner. Chris Buescher, Ty Dillon, Eric Jones, and Joey Logano. Your top 5, James Buescher, Brandon Jones, Darrell Wallace, Kevin Harvick, and the 43 of Elliott Sadler. Pretty nice job by Sadler. And your top 20, Ryan Truex, Kyle Busch, Ryan Reed, Josh Berry, and Austin Dillon. Jeremy Clements, Ryan Sieg, Brad Keselowski, Dylan Kwasniewski, and David Starr. So, and that is your top 20, and you take a look at your rest of your results here from Atlanta. So far, we are 2 for 2 of races ending under caution. And really all because of slower cars and trucks not getting out of the way. Not sure. NASCAR might have to sit the Cup guys down tomorrow and talk to them and make sure that does not happen in the Cup race, as there's a lot more on the line in the Cup Series. So that is all here from Atlanta for the Xfinity Series. Next up, for this series, will be next weekend at Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, race number 3 of the year. Next weekend at Vegas. Tomorrow, the Quick Trip Holds of Honor 500 right here from Atlanta. Race number 2 of the Cup Series season. Can Ryan Newman, your Daytona 500 champion, go back-to-back wins? Or can Paulson or Dale Earnhardt Jr. still a win? Driving the 88 for Hendrick Motorsports. We'll find out tomorrow in the Cup race. Congrats to race winner Kyle Larson. Chevrolet, your winner of the Hisense 250 here at Atlanta. Goodbye, everyone.